Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another Madden video. Today, we blow up the Dolphins.
What did he say?
Wait. I just heard it. Today, we blow up the Miami Dolphins. Not actual Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins. The team, the football team. PETA, don't come after me, okay? So we're blowing up the Miami Dolphins today because I think their time is up. I think that the Mike McDaniel, Tua Tagovailoa, or as I like to call him, Tua turned the ball over. Tyreek Hill, he's got his old problems off the field and everything, and he's got his own actual physical problems because he snapped his leg in half. The Jalen Waddle, I mean, this whole era of Miami Dolphins football has been fun. It's been cool. It's been awesome. Well, I'm a Patriots fan, so it hasn't been super awesome. But I think this run has finally reached its course. They don't look the same. They don't feel the same. They don't play the same. Maybe it's got a lot to do with Tua. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's got more to do with Mike McDaniel finally reaching the pinnacle of what he can do as a head coach. Maybe he's best fit as an offensive coordinator. Maybe the shine has worn off on him and teams are starting to figure him out and he can't adjust. I don't know what the problem is, but something's got to change. And so that's where I get brought in. When things need to get changed, you bring the juice. And the juice comes in and he blows stuff up. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to get Miami a championship. That's a guarantee. You can pretty much write that down as a fact of life. There's 3 things that are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Juice brings a championship to whatever team he's rebuilding. That's what happens. So, we're going to do that for Miami, but the only way we can do that is if we sell everything. If we sell the house, and I'm including everything: Tua Tagovailoa, gone. Jalen Waddle, gone. Tyreek Hill, gone. Everybody, maybe even Devon Achane, gone. We need a complete 180 from what this has been, because where they were at the height of their powers, where they were actually a competitive, possible AFC championship type of team, to where they are now, I'm not looking forward to doing this because it's going to hurt my heart. I love Jalen Waddle. He's one of my favorite players in the league. I like Devon Achane. He's a great running back. Tua's whatever. But these guys gots to go because we need a whole new identity. We need a new brand. We just need new everything. Everything needs to be new. We can't have this old stuff holding us down. So that includes Mike McDaniel. He's out of here. We fired him. He's gone. We need to change things. So we are here to rebuild the Miami Dolphins. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go blow it up. This is the team in question. This is the Miami Dolphins roster that we have to completely overhaul and figure out how to get this team to the next level. You've got Tua. You've got Jalen Waddle. You've got Tyreek Hill, who in this roster is injured, so I got to reorder the depth chart so he's up there. You've got some pieces that we can work with, but it's not working out for him in real life. Minka's back for some reason. You've got some promise in Kenneth Grant, who probably doesn't go anywhere. We probably keep Kenneth Grant around. But Bradley Chubb's gone. Matthew Judon, why are you here? Jalen Phillips is probably gone. I mean, there's just not a lot on this roster that is even valuable at the end of the day. Like, yeah, Kenneth Grant's valuable. We're not probably going to get rid of him. He's probably the only one from this defense that we'll keep. Minka Fitzpatrick, go away. Chop Robinson will probably stay because I think there could be a world where we develop him. But really, there's only a couple people that we're going to keep. I think we'll keep Patrick Paul because I do think there's a world where he develops, and I've seen him develop in the past in rebuilds. The rest of this offensive line, how old is Brewer? Aaron Brewer's 27. He's probably not the starter at the end of the day. Devon Achane, probably gone because we need as much value as possible. Tyreek's certainly gone. Way too expensive. Jalen Waddle, I hate to say it, but he's probably gone too. We just need a complete refresh. Just a complete refresh. Tua, certainly gone. Darren Waller, why is he back? He's been good, the games that he's played. Why is he back? He's a rapper. Why is he here? Cole Strange, I forgot you were here. So this whole team just needs a complete. Zach Wilson's here. Go bang a mom. We need to fix this team, completely reset. I mean, we've already gotten rid of Josh McDaniel or Mike McDaniel. So let's just move on. Just rip the Band-Aid off right now. Let's start the trading. The fire sale begins now. Tyreek Hill, you're not. Just leave. David Njoku, but he's on a 1-year contract. We know about that because Cleveland Browns franchise. A first-round pick in 2028 for Darius Robinson. So Tyreek can get me a first-round pick, but it looks like next year's first-round pick. I believe there's a world. Josh Jacobs is actually very enticing. Chris Olave, Zay Flowers, I saw Joe Mixon, Jonathan Allen. There's a world where we can get a first-round pick and a pretty solid player for Tyreek Hill. He's got the value. So if I go over here and try to find a team that does not need or does not have a quarterback, does not have a wide receiver? Where is a team that does not have a wide receiver? Malik Neighbors is obviously a wide receiver, but he would be the perfect piece to restart this team with. So I think if we send Tyreek to the Giants, that would be pretty sick. Give me Malik Neighbors in a first-round pick. They're not going to do that. Okay. Well, what about you just give me Malik Neighbors? Wow. Okay, they value Malik Neighbors over a 31-year-old washed-up wide receiver? I can't believe it. So what other team has a potential wide receiver option? I like the choice of possible Travis Hunter. If you give me Travis Hunter in a draft pick, I don't think. Oh, that's right. They gave to Cleveland. I forgot about that. All right, maybe we trade Travis Hunter or trade for Travis Hunter with somebody else. Let's see. Tedoroa McMillan. T-Mac might not be a bad idea. Puka obviously would be pretty cool. I could see a Puka Nacua trade. He's pretty young still. He's only 24. Jackson Smith and Jigba would be amazing. Is there a world where I can get Jackson Smith and Jigba? And a top pick in the draft. That is actually pretty close. Okay, so we can do this. We can get Jackson Smith and Jigba and a first-round pick as long as I give up stuff later in the year. So they don't want a second-round pick. What about two? I have 2/3 this year. I can give you one of them, I guess. They don't like that very much. What about a third next year as well? They kind of like that. I guess I can give up 2 seconds if it means getting Jackson Smith and Jigba. I can give a second. And there we go. So 2 second-round picks, a third-round pick, and Tyreek Hill gets us an extra first this year and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Now, Jalen Waddle, I would assume, is going to give us crazy good value. He's probably not going to give us the first overall or first-round pick value that we're looking for. But I wonder if I can use Jackson Smith or I can use Jalen Waddle to get Puka. Because I'm still in on Puka Nacua. I wonder if I can get him from Jalen Waddle. Not really. Okay. Well, what about if I give a first-round pick in 2028? All right. They kind of like that a little bit. A third-round pick and a third-round pick. Okay, this is doable. It's doable. It would take 2 first-round picks, a second, a third, and a 6th for Puka if we just did it with just draft capital. I think I can make this work. I just would have to probably give up 2 first-round picks. And we just acquired that other first-round pick, so I don't necessarily want to do that. I could just give up my 2027 first, but I feel like that's a little bit too much. I'm trying to be stingy here at the end of the day, so I don't know if that's the right move. I could see a world where we give up Cole Strange, but that's not gonna move the needle, obviously. Jalen Phillips, how much value does he really have? Zach Sealer, does he have any value? I guess I could throw him in the deal and see if he does. He moves the needle a little bit. I mean, Matthew Judon's gonna have simply no value. He actually didn't move the needle that much. And then I give up those thirds that I was talking about. Maybe that'll work for Puka. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. I can't believe that didn't go through. Okay. Well, I guess I give up the third from this year. Maybe a fourth from this year? No. Oh, that's next year. Never mind. A fourth from this year is what I wanted to do. Maybe it's a third from this year. We give up both of our thirds. Okay, so Jalen Waddle, along with a couple other guys, gives us Puka Nacua. We've now just acquired our 2 fresh new wide receivers. We've now just acquired 2 new fresh wide receivers. So next up on the docket is trading away Devon Achane. I think we need to get a new running back in the system. Just everybody needs to get adjusted. Everybody needs to be fresh. Everybody needs to be... You can't be a former Dolphin, at least not a starter like this. So who's the new running back that we could acquire? I kind of like the idea of a Jonathan Taylor type. I kind of like Jonathan Taylor. I don't think it's going to be possible with the assets that we have available to us because we don't really have much, do we? I kind of gave a lot of it away. A second round pick for Jonathan Taylor. Ugh. Jonathan Taylor might be off the table. I'd love to get Jonathan Taylor, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be a viable option. Cam Scatterby would be funny. ETN, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, Josh Jacobs was being thrown around for Tyreek. What about Devon Achane? It's a little bit more valuable, or a little bit more reasonable for them to give me him. A third round pick is kind of close. A second round pick this year is very close. Devon Achane, I understand, is 23, but I'm looking to the future. I'm looking to different. I'm just trying to get different faces in here. Basically, that's all I'm doing, and it works. So we now have a new running back to pair alongside the receivers that we just added. Now we need to do the big deal. We need to do the Tua Tagovailoa deal. It's got to happen. Tua's got to get moved. I don't know who it is that we get it for him. It's not going to be any of these trades, that's for sure. But it needs to be moved. So, who's a quarterback that we can build this team around? Who's the quarterback we can build this team around? I kind of like the idea of Anthony Richardson, but he'll be like a backup plan. Jackson Dart also probably is a pretty decent option. Drake May, obviously, we know is a good option. CJ Stroud. Cam Ward. Who's going to lead this team? Do we bring Cam Ward back to Miami and make Cam Ward the face of the franchise instead of being the face of Tennessee? How about you give me a couple of second round picks along with Cam Ward? They don't like that at all. Does Tua have no value? Oh my God, Tua has no value when it comes to trading for Cam Ward. Okay, so Cam Ward is off the table. Cam Ward's off the table. I do like the idea of... I still like the idea of Anthony Richardson. I think he could be a good player. He's still only 23 years old. I think he could be the future of the team. I also like the idea of Jackson Dart. Let me try Jackson Dart and a couple of second round picks and see where they're at. Where's their head at? Okay, so they like that a little bit more. Okay, so Tua straight up for Jackson Dart doesn't go through, which is kind of funny. But I do believe we can get Jackson with a couple of picks. And I think Jackson Dart fits beautifully in the city of Miami. So Tua Tagovailoa goes to New York, and we bring in Jackson Dart. We now have a new offense. If It is now Jackson Dart, Josh Jacobs, Puka, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Both Jacksons spell their name with an X, which is kind of funny. So now on defense, we need to trade Jalen Phillips. We need to trade Bradley Chubb, Jawan Bentley, Minka Fitzpatrick. We got to trade all the defensive guys. And I'll probably even throw Cole Strange in there just because I don't like Cole Strange. Okay, so Minka's up next. Minka's got to get traded. We could bring in T. Higgins, a third wide receiver. Or we could recoup. I think I'm going to use Minka to get back some first-round picks or something to get back some sort of value. I did see Cooper DeJean, and I kind of like that. Chris Olave would be cool. I kind of like the Cooper DeJean deal, but also the Commanders are giving me a first-round pick. We get 3 first-round picks and Mikey Sanders still. I don't hate that at all. I know Cooper's amazing, but I could get a first-round pick, and I think I got to use that. We get back a solid corner. I think that's going to be just fine. Darren Waller, does he have any value? He actually has more value than I expected. Rico Dowdle as a backup running back, but he's going to be in free agency anyway, so it's not that big a deal. What kind of tight end options are there out there for me? Especially if I'm trading Darren Waller. Can I get Colts tight end Tyler Warren? Not really. Unless I give up one of my many first-round picks. Jake Ferguson would be kind of cool. Kyle Pitts. Can I get Kyle Pitts? I can. Darren Waller straight up for Kyle Pitts. You know what? I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. He's young, and in the game of Madden, he's going to develop fairly well. I don't know about in real life, but in the game, he's going to develop. Cole Kmet, B.J. Hill, Marvin Mims, Mike Hall Jr. is not bad. Michael Wilson, Quentin Johnston, Josh Downs. Jalen Phillips actually has some decent value here. Nothing too spectacular, but decent value. Marcus Jones, Travis Jones, Brian Bresee, Peter Skoronski. Ooh. The Peter Skoronski guard option might be the move because we are looking to build that offensive line back up. So I think I'm going to send Jalen Phillips to the Tennessee Titans to get Peter Skoronski. What is Rasul Douglas' value? He probably has no value. Noah Hampton. Noah Fant. Riley Moss. Okay, Riley Moss. Bring a white boy to the roster. Isaiah Pacheco. Nice little backup for Josh Jacobs, maybe. Kendrick Bourne. I'm not seeing anybody that's standing out to me that I have to trade for, so I think I might take the Riley Moss deal. Gets us a couple picks. Doesn't do anything too crazy. Give me Jawan Bentley, Rashad White, Garrett Williams, Odafe Owe. It's a lot of the same suspects. A lot of the same guys that you would expect to trade for. But maybe you give me Rashad White and a couple of picks. I can flip Rashad White for Brandon Coleman, I guess. Okay, well, that didn't work out, did it? Bradley Chubb's next up. Isaiah Pacheco, Shaq Mason, Ray McLeod. It's a lot of the same suspects. Roger McCreary, though. We can add Roger McCreary to the team. Another Tennessee Titan trade. Jordan Brooks. Dayton Belton, Clemens, Dontavian Wicks, Gibson. I don't see anybody that's amazing, but I'm not shocked. I mean, Jordan Brooks is not the most amazing person of all time. Juwan Johnson. Do I really want to go Juwan Johnson? Malik Harrison, Tyjae Spears. You know what? Give me Dontavian Wicks. Decent receiver, third option. Doesn't have to be the starter or anything. What about James Daniels, Cam Sample, Michael Wilson, Romeo Doubs. I was hoping for a little bit better value than this. James Daniels at guard is not going to give me the guards that I want. What kind of offensive line can I get? Because I already brought in one guard, didn't I? I brought in Skoronski. He plays left guard, so I need a right guard, which is what James Daniel plays. But who's that right guard? Is it Mekhi Becton? I kind of like the option of Mekhi Becton. 26 years old, can develop. You know what? Maybe let me try to get Mekhi Becton. The value's a little bit more expensive than I thought. I could toss in. I could toss in. What's his face? Send Jack Jones over there. Uh, Rashad White, but Jack Jones gets it done. So let's take a look at what we've done with the team so far before we keep moving on with trades. Let's generate the best lineup and see what we're working with. So we've now got Peter Skoronski and Mekhi Becton, and we've also got Patrick Paul. So we're starting to build something there. We add in Kyle Pitts on defense. The defense is pretty rough, but we have Chop Robinson, we have Kenneth Grant, and we have Mikey Sanders still. We got a Roger McCreary, Riley Moss as well. We got to trade Kohu, and I think he's the last piece of the puzzle that we need to trade. Maybe I'll toss in Ashton Davis, but I don't think he's going to get us anything. Okay, so let me... we could toss Aaron Brewer into a deal, but let me toss these guys into a trade and see what happens. Jerome Ford, Jalen Jones. Yikes. Okay. I didn't think I was going to get anything, but this is even worse than what I thought. This is even worse than I thought. What kind of safety options can I grab for this combination of players? Let's see. Can I get Can I get Cam Bynum? He's 27. That might be a little too old. Especially if we're not going to be good right away. Brian Branch is going to be too hard to get for this combination of players. Cam Curl, Kyle Hamilton, Hufanga. Can you give me Talanoa Hufanga for these guys? No. Wow, okay. I guess I overestimated the value. What about Cam Bynum? That works out a little bit better, but what else do I have in this try? I could throw in Rashad White, since I don't need him. We have Josh Jacobs, so give me Rashad White. That didn't even go through? Wow, okay. I have 3 first-round picks, and that's about it. You can have the 4th-round pick, I guess. All right, so we get Cam Bynum, a new strong safety. Do I want to trade Aaron Brewer? I think I do, just because if we're trading everybody, if we're trading every person, we might as well trade Aaron Brewer as well. What kind of center can I get for Aaron Brewer? Let's see. Jurgens, Jenkins, Bradbury. I'm probably not going to be good at any of these guys. He's not going to have crazy value like that. I could go Graham Barton, but I just did that in the Bengal video that I did, so don't really think that's a good idea. Tyler Biadasz might be a good idea, or maybe Cooper Beebe. I feel like I always go for Cooper Beebe, though. Maybe a Tyler Biadasz. Is that a possibility? It could be. Could be a possibility. If I also tossed in somebody. Maybe like Tyrell Dodson and Nick Westbrook-Akine. All right, that works a little bit. What else do I have to trade? I have a couple 4th-round picks in 2028, I guess. And I have a couple 5th-round picks this year that I could give up. So we get... Oh, no, never mind. What about if I take that away? Do they just not want Tyrell Dodson? Okay, I guess Tyrell Dodson couldn't be traded for some reason. So we've basically shifted the balance of power here in Miami. Everything is gone. We've got new faces at almost every position, including a new franchise quarterback in Jackson Dart. There he is, baby. The franchise has arrived. Jackson Dart is your new hope. He's the great white hope here in Miami. We're going to hope that he develops. But the team is the team. The defense is going to be bad, but that's the idea. We're supposed to be bad because we blew it up and we didn't get much value back in return. So we're going to be hopefully really, really bad year 1, get a really good draft pick, dominate the draft, be super sick and sexy, and then move on to year number 2 where we can hopefully win a Super Bowl. And I don't think it's going to happen year number 2, but maybe we can get on the right path in year number 2. So I'm going to simulate year number 1. We're going to see how this Dolphins team does. Really, it's all about the development of Jackson Dart. We'll see how that goes. I'll catch you guys after the first year. Year one is done, and we finished 7-10. Not as bad as I thought we would be. I kind of thought we'd be worse than that. That's okay, because we're all about the development. We're all about the development of our guy right here, Jackson Dart. 3,200 yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 picks. Hopefully that gets better as he gets better. We'll see. 1,300 yards through the ground and 14 touchdowns, 5.1 per carry for Josh Jacobs. Pretty good season for him. 1,000 yards for Puka Nacua, 11 touchdowns. Only 600 yards for Jackson Smith and Jigba. I wish those were higher. And then defensively, Tyrell Dodson puts up 136 tackles. Okay. Willie Gay, you guys know I'm a big Gay guy. I love Willie Gay. 122 22 touchdowns, 22 tackles. Cam Bynum has 109 tackles. McCreary has 95. 15 tackles for loss for Chop Robinson. 9.5 sacks for Kenneth Grant. That's huge. Love to see the development from him. Willie Gay puts up 7.5. And then the interceptions, Mikey Sanders still puts up 4. 3 for a couple guys, 2 for a couple guys. We can see the development. We have the pieces in place now. We just need to add a few extra ones here and there. But a lot of the core pieces of this dynasty are in place. We got the quarterback, we got the running back, we got the receivers. It's Chiefs and Eagles in the Super Bowl. How creative. How freaking creative. Let's move on. We don't need to see Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl anymore. We've already seen that enough. And the Chiefs get it done. Oh, yay. Woo, the Chiefs win. Woo, yay. Taj Washington, World of Juice Channel legend. Season recap, Mahomes wins MVP of the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow, MVP of the league. Ray McLeod, who I have seen not just on one occasion, I've seen on multiple different occasions, win Offensive Player of the Year. It's kind of weird. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. Omarion Hampton and Abdul Carter are your Rookies of the Year. I was kind of hoping that Jackson Dart would get Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he didn't. So that kind of sucks. But it is what it is. Here's what the team looks like. Jacobs goes up to X Factor. That's pretty awesome. I like to see that a lot. Defensively, we see Tyrell Dodson be star dev now. I think that's the only new dev trait upgrade. I feel like everybody else here was either normal or just normal, I guess. B.J. Ojolari is here now. I didn't realize he was here. A guy with the last name that I'm not going to say. Let's move on to the offseason because we got to re-sign some players. I think Kyle Pitts is one of them. We got to re-sign some people. We have a decent amount of money. Nothing too crazy. $34 million. We can accept the option on Jackson Smith and Jigba. We can accept the option on Peter Skoronski. We can probably pay. There's Kyle Pitts. A lot of these guys are not coming back. I think Willie Gay, I think I might have to try to find some money to bring him back. But I definitely want McCreary and Pitts back because I traded for those guys, so I obviously feel like they are valuable to me. How about that? He'd like to play for a new team next year. Okay. All right, Roger. I see how it is. I see how it is. Am I going to have to really overpay for these guys because they're not really that worth it? I guess I will slightly overpay. He enjoyed playing for me, so he'll test for agency. Okay, so Kyle Pitts is not coming back. I'll offer Willie Gay. I'll trade Roger McCreary, franchise tag Kyle Pitts, and then we'll be good to go. So Willie Gay comes back. So let's franchise tag Kyle Pitts, $17 million. We'll trade Roger McCreary. I wish I didn't have to, but he doesn't want to come back, and I got to get something for him, so Roger McCreary will leave. I wish this game didn't suck, so I didn't have this transparent background that I'm looking at right now, but that's the joys of playing the video game of Madden. Let's trade him for another corner. What can we get back in return for him? What can I get back in return for the big dog? It's probably too late to get Cooper DeJean. I'll throw him in the deal just to ask, but it's probably too late to get. Yeah, it's too late to get Cooper. AJ Terrell, he's 89. I wish he wasn't that high of an overall. What's the move? What's the move? What's the move? What's the move? What's the Porter's overall? 80 overall for Darian Porter. That might not be a bad idea on a rookie contract. I guess it is a bad idea, at least to the Raiders. Okay. All right. That's how you want to play it. That's how you want to feel me? You want to feel me like that? I'll give you BJ Ojolari. And I guess I can toss in whatever draft picks I have left. I have a 4th round pick in 2028. They don't like that very much. I can give you 5th round picks. I don't really have much else. I've already given it away. They don't like any of that. Do I have one more player that they might want? Probably not. I have Cole Strange. You want Cole Strange? No, they don't. Nobody wants Cole Strange. What else do you want? I have Jordan Phillips. He's only 22. He does it a little bit, but he doesn't do much. I don't think it's happening for me with Darian Porter. All right, I'll take him out of the deal. I didn't mean to take Roger McCurry out of the deal. I'll take him out of the deal. I'll find somebody else if I have to. I thought Darian Porter would be a little bit more easy to trade for. I guess I was wrong. I apologize. Who do I want? Who do I want? Do I want Joey Porter? Can I get Joey Porter? Joey Porter's a little bit easier to get than previous people. Okay, it's close. It's close. What about if I finally toss in Cole Strange? Can I finally get rid of this man? He's been haunting me for years. He's finally gone. We get back Joey Porter Jr. You know what? That's a fine enough guy to get back. And that leaves us with $10 million to go into free agency. It's not a lot. Not a lot to work with in free agency, but it is a little bit. It's something at least. And if the best player in free agency is a kicker, we're in trouble. I need some linebackers is what I need. But there's not any linebackers here that I want. A lot of Dolphins linebackers. But not any linebackers here that I want. So that kind of sucks big balls. What about defensive tackles? I mean, Travis Jones is interesting, but we're going to have to overpay, and I can't afford that, so he's not as interested anymore. Josh Pascal. Hassan Reddick's old. I think I'm just going to keep the money. There's really nobody here that I'd have. So I think I'm just going to keep the money. Now, we do have 3 first-round picks this year. It's really our only picks that we have. So I guess we can maybe do something pretty good with these 3 first-round picks. I hope, at least. Who knows, really? Who really knows? So we got private workouts. Before we do that, let me go to the mock draft and just see what's kind of going on here. So number 1 overall pick is the Browns. We have the 3rd overall pick, which is pretty nice. I like having that. We also have the 7th overall pick, and we have the 30th overall pick. Okay. Well, I got to scout a couple of players that are at the top, so I know what I'm drafting here. I think I have to scout... I definitely have to scout Tommy Lewis, so I know if I need to trade up or not. Actually, you know what? I don't need to scout him. Because I don't have the capital to trade up anyway, so I can't even... If I wanted to scout him, or if I wanted to trade for him, I can't. But I will... Am I not in the... Oh, I'm not in the right thing. Oh, I need to be in this. I was wondering why I couldn't select people. Okay, now I'm in the right thing. I need to put Curtis McKinley on there because we could use a tackle. I'll put Leo Moore on there because he's the guy that we're projected to take. And then there's a lot of D tackles at the top of this. Ooh, there's a guard at the top. You don't usually see that. But there's a USC strong safety. Oh, generational. Okay, well, I found out one of our 3 first-round picks is going to be Dom Felder. That's pretty much a guarantee. We're not going to pass up on a USC strong safety. But I need to scout this guard because he could actually be pretty good. You don't usually see guards at the top of this. Well, we're going to take that Felder dude. That's a guarantee. So we know one of our 3 first-round picks is going to be used on him. We end up finding out that Curtis McKinley's a round 1 to 2. So is Leo Moore. Top 5 for Trevon Lowry. I kind of assumed that was going to be the case if he was a guard that was that high in the draft. Okay, so number 3, I still don't know what I want to do, but I know 2 of our picks. At 7, we're going to take the guard, Trevon Lowry, and then where's the strong safety? There's Trevon Lowry at 22. There's Dom Felder. So unfortunately, Dom Felder is higher than 30. I was kind of hoping he wasn't going to be higher than 30. So we might have to move up slightly for Dom Felder. But we're taking both of those guys. I don't know what I'm going to do at 3, but I am taking both of those guys in this draft. I don't know. We're probably going to have to move Dom Felder to, or maybe we'll move Cam Bynum to free safety. I don't know. We'll find a spot for him. So, the D tackle stayed. The Raiders take a quarterback instead of the D tackle. So that means, although there's a running back at the top of this class, he's 5'7". He's got elite speed. Oh, he's probably amazing. Oh, he's probably fantastic. But we have Josh Jacobs. But maybe I can trade Josh Jacobs for something else. This D tackle does look pretty good. But this running back looks fantastic. And I don't know if I can pass up on a running back that looks this good. And we can trade Josh Jacobs. I gotta take him. I can't pass up on a running back that looks that fantastic. He's number 8 in true value. He's got elite speed. He ran a 4.3 with 90. This is our new Devon Achane. He looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And then we go and we grab the guard at 7. Trevon Lowry. Welcome to the team. He ends up being number 5 in true value. He's got 98 strength at guard, also with hidden dev. And now we've got to figure out a way to get past Buffalo, because Buffalo is going to take our guy, the strong safety. So how do we get past Buffalo? I think we need to trade with the Lions at 22 to be able to jump them. There's no trade packages for pick number 22. I can give you pick 30. And then I'm going to have to give players because I have no other resources until we reset for the next cycle. Jalen Wright, I can toss in the deal. Oh, they can't take... No, okay, so the Lions I can't trade with. I can't trade the Lions. They don't have any cap room. Who's around the Lions but ahead of the Bills? The Vikings. The Vikings have no cap space either. Ugh! Okay, so it's going to have to... I think I saw Pittsburgh was also a possible team, right? Yeah, they have picked number 21. Okay, so let me trade with the Steelers. They actually have a little bit of cap room, thankfully. Take Jalen Wright off my hands because we don't need a running back anymore. I'm not going to trade Josh Jacobs because I think Josh Jacobs is going to be in another deal. So I'm not going to use him in this trade. That'd be stupid. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Maybe we develop him as well. Austin Jackson. You want Austin Jackson? Kind of. Chop Robinson, Kenneth Grant, Jordan Phillips, Willie Gay, Dodson. We have a lot of corners. Juju Brents is here for some reason. How did he get here? Is he just on the team? I guess. What about a 5th round pick, 2027? Oh, it's so close. Come on, I don't have that much value. I'm running out of value. Yes, okay, we got it through. So we jump the Bills by a couple of picks. And we got to hope that that strong safety is available. Did he get taken? I don't see him on the draft board unless I'm just missing him. But he should still be here. USC strong safety. USC strong safety. USC, there he is. Dom Felder. USC strong safety. He actually looks very good in regular skills as well. Like he got A play rec, A tackle, A block shed. He looks like a great player. So welcome aboard, Dom Felder. He's the number 1 player in the draft. He's a USC strong safety, so of course he's going to be the number 1 player in the draft. He looks fantastic. Otherwise, I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to end the draft because I don't have any other picks. I have a 6th round pick or whatever, but we were able to do it. We got a new guard that's a top 5 player. We got a new safety that's a top 5 player, the number 1 player. And then we also grabbed a running back that looks freaking awesome. What? Tyrone Dawson is what I was trying to say. He ends up being a 78. He's got 97 speed, which is just amazing. Then we've got Trevon Lowry, who's a new guard for us. And we got 86 overall Dom Felder. Yeah. They also took a corner in Sergio McKnight. But our 3 draft picks here, I'm super, super happy with. We got 3 of the best players in the class, I would assume. Let me go over here. Obviously, he was the best player. There was an even better running back. Melvin Buckhalter is an 84. Wow. He doesn't have the same type of speed, but he looks like a really good running back nonetheless. That's kind of annoying that there was a higher overall running back when we took a running back. I wasn't even planning on taking a running back. I thought I was getting the best player in the class at running back, but I guess I wasn't. That's okay. The running back that we have is still going to be really, really good. Okay, so now we move to season number 2. Should we trade Josh Jacobs now and just get ready for... I think I'm going to move Skoronski to tackle. He could probably play tackle, right? He's 6'4", 313. Yeah, he could play tackle. Sure. It's a video game. Why couldn't he play tackle? Skoronski's going to go over and play tackle for us. He's ended up at 79. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. The offensive line's looking a little bit better now. We need Jackson Dart to have a killer season. Do I trade Josh Jacobs now and ride with the running back? That might be what I do. We've got Dom Felder. Cam Bynum, I think I'm going to move to... Maybe I could move Felder to free safety. But he's got the hit power that doesn't really fit at free safety, but he's also at 86 at both positions. I think he's got such good talent. He's got A zone coverage and everything. I think he's going to play at free safety. He's wearing Tyreek Hill's number 10. He should still be an 86. He is. Okay, so we separate that out a little bit. We need to work on a few other positions, but for right now, we're doing pretty well. It's just, do I trade Josh Jacobs and go all in on the rookie running back? Or do I pull the trigger a little bit later? That's the question I'm kind of waiting on. What can Josh Jacobs get me? He can give me DJ Moore, Dre Greenlaw, Quinshawn, Will Johnson, Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. is interesting, but we already have 2 receivers, and they don't get used that much anyway. I think I need to trade Josh Jacobs for a couple of people, or a player and a couple of picks. That might be the better option. The Bears need a running back. They have DeAndre Swift. You don't need a running back. Stop hating on DeAndre Swift. Who actually needs a running back? The Commanders could use a running back. You've got Nick Chubb, who's old, and then you've got guys that are bums. So you give me the 3rd overall pick, and then you give me Mink as your highest overall player. What else could I use? Oh, they also have Jalen Phillips. What else could I even use on this team? Marshawn Lattimore, he's way too expensive. Ooh, give me Trey Amos. And then a couple of picks for Josh Jacobs. No, they have no money. I hate cap space. I absolutely hate it. Cap space sucks. They got Travion. They don't need him. Who else do they have on the team? They got Rachaad White now. Genty. None of these teams need a running back, unfortunately. The Saints could use one. They have Alvin Kamara. So you give me a couple of picks and some player. I don't know who the player is, but give me some player. Maybe Kool-Aid? Or Kelvin Banks? Maybe we just remove Patrick Paul from the world? They don't like that at all. They don't like that at all. Okay. They don't like that at all, man. I was hoping to recoup some draft capital along with getting a good player. I mean, I could just take the Brian Thomas Jr. deal. That probably seems like the smartest thing to do. The Kobe Turner one's not bad because then we have Kenneth Grant and Kobe Turner. That might not be like a bad idea. Might be pretty smart, actually. Danny Stutzman in a second. We do need another linebacker. But the Jaguars don't need a running back. They got Travis Etienne. They don't need Josh Jacobs. The Rams have Kyron Williams, but Kobe Turner, do I want to pair him with... He's 27. Do I want to pair him with with Kenneth Grant because we do need more D tackles. We're kind of running low on D tackle. But we also need linebacker, and Danny Stutzman could be a pretty solid linebacker for us. Plus, he gives us a second-round pick. You know what? We needed to trade with the Saints anyway. Just give me Danny Stutzman, I guess. We'll send him to the Saints. I was going to do that anyway, just for a different trade package. But now we move fully on to the rookie running back. Hopefully he develops. And then we add in Danny Stutzman. I'm going to move somebody to edge rusher, I think. Who can play edge rusher the best? Probably not Willie Gay, but I'm going to do it anyway. Unless his overall is just like tragically bad. I'm going to move him to edge rusher. Please don't be tragically bad. What's the overall going to be? Don't kill me here, Willie. Don't kill me. What's it going to be? It's going to be 74. That's not bad at all. Okay. And this team, surprisingly, looks a little bit better now. So I'm going to go to the Season 2, the end of Season 2. We'll see, hopefully, some more improvement from Jackson Dart and maybe even a depth chart upgrade. This team is better than it was last year. Maybe we can actually win more than 7 games. I have no idea. Do we even want to win more than 7 games? I guess we'll find out when we get there. Year 2's done, and we were actually a lot worse than we were in year 1. 4-13, and it looks like it's going to come down to changing the playbooks. I was kind of hoping that the Dolphins playbook was good enough to where we didn't have to switch it. We could just stay with the playbook for once, but it looks like the playbook is going to have to be changed, which kind of sucks because then it just turns every rebuild into the same thing where you just change playbooks and then you automatically win, which does suck, but that's just the game that we play. 3,400 yards, 18 touchdowns for Jackson Dart. Almost 1,000 yards for Tyrone Dawson. Not very good yards per carry, but that's just what happens when you're low overall. 1,000 yards this time for Smith and Jigba, but only 1 touchdown. Okay, weird. I mean, Jackson Dart only threw 18 in total, so not many people can have that many. But still, weird that he only threw 1 to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Tyrell Dodson, again, top of the tackle board with 131. 126 for Danny Stutzman. Riley Moss and Cam Bynum both had 96. We had tackle for loss leader being Chop Robinson and Kenneth Grant, so 2 young players, nice, getting the job done. Sack leader was Chop with 11.5. Fadil Diggs, who we replaced with Willie Gay, ends up getting 6.5 sacks. Kind of strange. And then Joey Porter gets 2 interceptions and 1 for a couple other guys. And we missed the playoffs again. We missed the playoffs for the second year in a row, and it looks like it's going to come down to just changing the playbooks. Because we're not going to see any development from Jackson Dart in this playbook. So we need, if we want to win a Super Bowl, we got to change the playbook. That's just how it goes in Madden. That's just how the rebuilds go. Packers and Bills are in the Super Bowl. 2 teams that we see a lot. And I think we will move to Buffalo's offense just because Buffalo's offense is really good in the game. It simulates really well, as you can see by Buffalo being in the Super Bowl. Oh, but we have so much money. $206 million. We are going to be able to go all in the free agency. Jordan Love is the Super Bowl MVP as the Packers beat the Bills. Joe Burrow's MVP of the league. Ray McCloud gets a second Offensive Player of the Year in a row. Maybe that playbook is good too, the Falcons. Myles Garrett's Defensive Player of the Year. Melvin Buckholter, who is the higher overall running back that we could have taken, but we took the other guy instead. He wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, which kind of sucks. Makes me feel even worse now for taking the other running back. But how was I supposed to know that there was 2 really good running backs in there? I wasn't even planning on taking a running back. All right, we have over $200 million. Thank God, because we need to sign Puka Nacua back. There's actually quite a bit of players that I want back, so it's a good thing we have as much money as possible here. So Puka needs a new contract, and Puka will earn a new contract because he's Puka Nacua. So we will pay him, and thankfully he wants to be here. He likes the big market of Miami, and he's going to return. Welcome back, Puka. Joey Porter will come back because unlike Roger McCreary, we can actually afford to bring Joey Porter back and not be stingy with him. So he's going to return. Welcome back, Joey Porter. We also want back Chop Robinson, so we'll accept his option. We want Mekhi Becton back, which sounds really weird if you think of his earlier portion of his career. But we want Mekhi Becton back. And we will pay him that much money. He's going to return. Welcome back. Who else is here that I want? Kyle Pitts, we had a chance to re-sign him last year. He didn't do it, so we franchise tagged him. So that means we got to get him back this time. And we actually afford him and give him a lot of money this time, which maybe seems a little crazy for what Kyle Pitts brings to the table. But in the Buffalo offense, he's going to go pretty crazy. Riley Moss, I can afford to bring back. It's a really good thing we had this much money because a lot of these guys we wouldn't have been able to bring back and we would have had to trade. Okay, Riley Moss is back. Who's left? It is Tyler Biadasz, Tyrell Dodson, Dontavian Wicks. Okay. Those guys I can afford to bring back and we can move on. So let's get Tyler Biadasz back. We'll offer him like that much money. And he says no. Wow, okay. I thought I'd get him back pretty easily. I guess I was wrong there. Tyrell Dodson I'll offer a contract to because he's been really good for us. So we will get him back. He's going to return. Welcome back, Tyrell. And then we'll get Dontavian Wicks back because I don't really want to have to worry about another receiver. So, and Dontavian's been good. He's been good. So we'll offer him that. He's going to return. Now, do we franchise tag Tyler Biadasz or do we move on from him? What's the franchise tag? 16.8. That's not that bad. I think I am going to franchise tag him just so we have a center because I don't have a backup plan. If I can find a center either in free agency or in the draft, then maybe we can let Biadasz go in the next season. But for right now, we're going to franchise tag him because I don't have a backup plan. Vita Vea, Devon Achan's back, Zay Flowers are the top players in this class. Those are unfortunately positions that we don't necessarily need. The Vita Vea one I could go after because we could use an extra D tackle to pair alongside Kenneth Grant. He's not asking for so much money that it's crazy. He is 32, though. But if we're going to go all in with this Buffalo Bill playbook, we might as well go after the best free agent in class. So Vita Vea has been offered. We're the highest offer. I'm not going to try to get Achan back unless I re-sign Achan to trade him again. That could be possible. Zay Flowers would be super expensive to get. How much is Achan worth? I might do this. I might re-sign Achan just to trade him again. That might be a pretty smart option. We don't need Zay Flowers because we have two really good running backs. Let's see. What kind of edge rushers are there? Because right now we have Willie Gay, and that's not that viable. Derek Hall. Ooh. Ooh, I kind of like that. And he wants to be here? He's got no offers? The Derek Hall deal might be kind of low-key pretty decent. We'll offer him a contract. D-tackle, we're already going after Vita Vea. We have Chop Robinson, so we don't need Keon White. Noah Sewell, Chad Muma. I mean, I wish the linebacking free agency class was a little bit better. There's no corners that I think I want. No, there's no corner. If Kobe Durant had star dev, I probably would offer him, but I don't want him. I think I'm going to save the rest of my money. So we're going after Vita Vea, Devon Achan, and Derek Hall. I'm only going after Achan to trade him. That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to keep him on the team, obviously, because he was part of the original Dolphins team. We got all three of them, which is pretty nice. So now that we have Achan back, we can trade him, and he's even higher overall now. Superstar dev, by the way, for Tyrone Dotson, and superstar dev for Lowry. Oh, we hit the jackpot with those two guys. We hit the jackpot. And there goes Derek Hall back being the edge rusher. X Factor for Felder, that's pretty much a guarantee. I kind of think, I'm pretty sure we knew that going in. Who's the what? The CPU drafted an X Factor corner, Sergio McKnight. I mentioned this guy because he was like he was like a 70 overall or whatever when the CPU drafted him. He ends up being an X Factor? Oh my God. I talk about me being a drafting god. I think the CPU is a drafting god sometimes. That's an insane pickup. But now we can use this Devon Achan to get somebody else to help this team, or even draft picks to help the team, whatever it is. And now he's a higher overall, so we can flip him for better stuff, including possibly Tetaroa McMillan. But we have Puka and Jackson Smith and Jigba. You don't need three wide receivers in a simulation. in a rebuild, in a simulation rebuild, you don't need 3 wide receivers. That's just not something that you need. 2 wide receivers and a tight end are usually good enough to get it done. The Bears, I could see myself trading with the Bears. We have our own draft pick, which is the number 1 overall pick. But other than that, we don't have much. So if I could be so bold as to ask for your first round pick the next couple of years, why does Chicago never have any money? Get some money. Stop paying people. What's the running back situation here? They don't have anybody because they lost Chase Brown. What about if I give you Devon Achane? That's actually a lot closer than it probably should be. I know it's only pick 23, but still, I shouldn't be able to offer that for just Devon Achane. We have Malik Washington. We have Taj Washington. You know what? I'd rather trade Malik than Taj. Because Taj is a channel legend. If you know, you know. But now at least we have access to 2029 draft picks, so I can toss those in trades. How's that? Ooh. Maybe we don't go draft picks. Maybe we trade for actual players at positions of need. We have Biotish, but we only franchise tagged him. So maybe I could toss in a trade for like a Cooper Beebe type, but he's also expiring on his contract. So maybe we want a guy that actually has some years on a contract, a little bit of control. Josh Martinez was a rookie that got taken. He looks pretty good. Darren Pitts is exactly what I'm looking for. A young player that has years of experience or years of control. Maybe you toss Ty Hamilton in the deal as well. And then you toss, they have Jack Jones. And then you toss maybe a draft pick in the weeds. Maybe a little second round pick action for Devon Achane. Okay, now we're talking. We're speaking the same lingo right now. Third round pick doesn't do it. What about a second round pick? It gets very close. Very close. Like very close. Even closer. I bet a 4th round pick makes it even closer. It does. I bet a 3rd round pick sends it over the board. Oh, it's so close. So close. And it's done. Okay, so now we have another D tackle, a 2nd round pick, and a new starting center, which means we can move on from Tyler Biotish. Because we have our starting center now. So, what can Tyler Biotish give us? I have absolutely zero clue. He can't give us much. Marshawn Lattimore. We don't need a center anymore, or a corner anymore, because we have that X Factor corner. We could take Jaden Higgins. That might not be bad as just a body. Or we could take this young guard in Eric Espinoza. You know what? Give me the young guard, Eric Espinoza. Because you never know. Maybe one of our guys can move to tackle and we can replace Patrick Paul. That could be a possibility as well. I didn't mean to click on Jackson and the Jigba. I apologize for that. Let's move on. Give me the generate best lineup here. So now we have Espinoza. How tall is Espinoza? He's 6'5", 329. That's a beautiful tackle build. Absolutely beautiful. Perfect build for a left tackle. We move him over there. He ends up being a 76 or 77. He's a 76. He's going to start over Patrick Paul. And we've got ourselves a team. We're building quite the lineup. And I'm going to end with the number 1 overall pick. We could trade out of that if there's not anybody that we like. Give me, what am I looking for here? I'm looking for schemes. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't forget to change to Buffalo Bill Playbook. Give me the right scheme. Give me the right scheme. And give me Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. I think we should also probably change the defensive playbook to something a little bit more viable. Like maybe a Philly defense. Or maybe a Baltimore defense. Let's go Baltimore defense. That could be pretty sick. And let's move on to the draft. We've got basically everything we need now except for probably a linebacker. We don't have like a guaranteed stud linebacker, but we've got some good corners. We've got D tackle figured out now. We need to... What do we need? Let me take a look at this lineup real quick. Jack Sawyer just got traded. Okay, so offensive line's looking real good. Tight end's fine. Wide receiver, we have 2. I guess if there's a top wide receiver, we could take him. We need linebacker is what we need. That's what we need. Because edge rusher's looking good. We have D tackle. We have corner now with the addition of McKnight being an X factor. We have our safeties. Although maybe we could replace Cam Bynum since he's a little bit older and he looks high in that picture. But linebacker, I think, is the biggest need. We do have Willie Gay, which we could turn back into a linebacker instead of an edge rusher. But for now, I think linebacker is our biggest need. So, because other than that, we don't really need anything else. There's a top 5 quarterback, but there is a top 5 wide receiver possibility. Why? Why is there a top 5 possibility at wide receiver? I'll scout him. He's 6'4" out of Clemson. He looks like a freak. There's only one Mike linebacker, but there could be a couple extra Will linebackers available. They all have man and zone and A. Interesting. I'll scout Carlos Colon because he has A pursuit, which could boost his overall a little bit. And then I'll scout probably Daniel Romero, I guess. Or maybe Mark Donald. Let's scout Mark Donald since he's at the top of the board. No. Let's scout Daniel Romero since we have a first round. We have the first overall pick. I might trade out of it. I don't know. That could be a good way to recoup at least a little bit of draft capital. How good are those players? How good are those players? The wide receiver is top 5. Why is he top 5, man? Why? Oh, I don't want him, but I need him. I absolutely need him. Carlos Colon ends up being around 1 to 2, so we're going to take him at some point. If I have the pick. I don't know if I even have the pick to take him. Mock draft. I can't trade out of the pick, can I? I have to take him. I can't see mock draft number 5 for some reason. Oh, here we go. Javon Rush is going number 2 to the Rams. I'm not going to take the quarterback, so I can't pass up on the top 5 wide receiver. But you rarely ever get top 5 wide receivers. I can't pass up a top 5 wide receiver. I know that I get such good value for this number 1 overall pick. Oh, God, I'd get so much draft capital back. But we're trying to win it all. We're trying to win it all, and a top 5 wide receiver helps me do that. Even if he doesn't really top. Oh, my God, he looks fantastic. When do you ever get a wide receiver build like this in an auto-generated draft class? You never get something like that. I can't pass that up. We're going to take a wide receiver number 1 overall, which seems absolutely insane considering the receivers we have on roster already. But I did it. I absolutely did it. And now we go to the next round, and we're going to take that linebacker because he's around 1 to 2. That Cologne dude. He shouldn't have gotten taken, so he should still be available. And let's go take a look at him. He is still available. We're going to grab him. Carlos Colon, elite speed, great player. Welcome aboard. Number 38 in true value, hidden dev. He looks like a beast. And maybe the CPU can take me another X Factor player like they did with Sergio McKnight. I mean, what are we talking about here? I'll take it, though. I will take it. What a beast. We got 2 really good players, though. 2 really, really good players. 79 for Javon Rush and 74 for Carlos Colon. The rest of the players are not high overalls. Maybe they've got good depth traits if they have a depth trait at all. I'm okay with that because we don't really need that many good players. So there ends up having to be a center who's an 81. The quarterback, Devin Goldberg's an 80, but we didn't need a quarterback. We have Jackson Dart. And now in the playbook change, he's going to probably play a lot better. And he's going to skyrocket in overall. So I'm okay with having the receiver be there at number 1 overall, which is just crazy to take a wide receiver number. What are we? Keyshawn Johnson. Let's go to the lineup screen. We'll adjust the lineup. Make sure everything's good. There's Rush. Yeah, everything's looking good. So Patrick Paul is a 78. Espinoza is a 76. I think if I start Espinoza, he'll just get the XP to pass Patrick Paul anyway, so we'll just do it like that. And then the schemes, we already have the playbook changes, but let me make sure the schemes are the right. Yeah, it looks like that's right. And then make sure that this is as good of a scheme fit as we can have. Yeah, let's switch it to a 4-6. Let's go 4-6. If that wasn't already what we had. Perfect. And now Cologne starts there. They also took Galloway, who has a dev trait, which is pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This team's coming together, baby. This team's coming together. I'm going to simulate season number 3. The new playbooks should help us win a lot of games this year. I would expect probably 11, 12 wins on this season, just because that's how crazy the playbooks are in Madden, especially the Bill playbook. So let's simulate year number 3 and see if I am correct in my prediction. Year 3's done, and look at that. 12 wins and we make the playoffs. It's not the number 1 seed, but it is the wild card and it is the playoffs in general. So it's so frustrating that all you have to do is change playbooks and you're automatically a good football team. That's just the way that it is, though. But Jackson Dart has a much better season. I would expect star dev from Jackson Dart after the season like this. This is very good numbers from him. Tyrone Dawson puts up 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. I'm glad that we drafted him because he's a lot younger than what Josh Jacobs is. Puka puts up 1,300 yards and 23 touchdowns. Oh my God. That's got to be Offensive Player of the Year, no doubt. But then the rookie, Javon Rush, might have earned himself Offensive Rookie of the Year, maybe. Maybe it's not enough touchdowns to get it, but that's a pretty solid season. Then defensively, we have Danny Stutzman putting up crazy good tackle numbers, 144. Cologne, the rookie, puts up 115. 4 100 tackle seasons for the Ravens playbook is pretty cool. Vita Vea, 14 tackles for loss. Derek Hall has 11. Sack leader is Derek Hall with 11.5. Chop Robinson with 10. And then, wow, Riley Moss with 5 interceptions, kind of crazy. Okay. Very sick. Very, very sick. And a playoff berth against my favorite team, the New England Patriots. Are we going to beat them? We do. 38-6. Okay. Sick. Now we take on the Denver Broncos, who are also 10-7. We're getting some good development from some of our younger guys. Can we beat the Denver Broncos? The Broncos. No, we fall to the Denver Broncos 27-20. But it's the start of a possible Super Bowl run next year. Next year, we could very easily make the Super Bowl with the team that we have. We're just getting better. We're getting better and better. We need to make that Super Bowl run before Jackson Dart's contract is up. Because if we have to pay Jackson Dart in this rebuild, then it's over. We're not going to win one. So we do have $47 million in available money as the Lions win the Super Bowl over the Chargers. All right, let's go to season recap and see if we won any awards. We do not win anything other than Offensive Player of the Year. Puka Nacua gets it. Joe Burrow wins MVP. Jahmyr Gibbs MVP of the Super Bowl. No Offensive Rookie of the Year, though. I was hoping that maybe our wide receiver would get it, but I don't think he had enough touchdowns to get it. That's okay. We go to negotiations. $47 million is a lot of money, but not when Jack Smith and Jigba and Kenneth Grant are up, but Kenneth Grant's only an option. Perfect. Sanders still, Skoronski, Jackson Dart has an option. Oh, God. We're going to have to win that Super Bowl this year. We got to win the Super Bowl this year, or Jackson Dart's going to be mega expensive. But we got to spend most of this money on keeping Jack Smith and Jigba around. I mean, technically we don't have to because now we have Javon Rush. But I still want Jackson around. I mean, he was here since the beginning when we traded away. Was it Jalen Waddle we traded for Jackson? I can't remember. Whatever we did, we got him over here. And then we'll spend the rest of the money on Sanderstil and Skoronski. And hopefully that'll work. Yep, Sanderstil comes back. And then the last of this money is going to have to go to Skoronski if I can afford it. I can't afford it. Okay, so I might have to restructure. Because Patrick Paul's expensive as well. I'm going to have to restructure. Did we get any depth trade upgrades before I move on to anything else? We do have the development of Espinoza, perfect. Jackson Dart doesn't get star dev after the season that he had. Wow, okay. I thought that was a pretty much foregone conclusion. Cologne ends up having superstar dev. I think what we should do is trade Patrick Paul and maybe Willie Gay. Those two combinations together. Riley Moss, superstar dev, by the way. We trade those two guys away for a strong safety / will linebacker. I think that could be I think that could be what we do. So let me go and make that trade. So we'll trade away. Who was it? It was what am I trying to trade? Patrick Paul. I forgot, completely forgot what I was trying to trade. And maybe Willie Gay. We can combine those two together and possibly grab ourselves a strong safety that's better than Cam Bynum. I mean, technically, we could trade for a free safety and then just move. Look at Hufanga's development. We could just move the USC strong safety back to strong safety. So we don't have to trade for a strong safety. Let me take a look at free safety. Maybe they're a little bit more reasonably priced. Javon Holland, make him return to Miami. That'd be pretty sick. Kirby Joseph. Who's this? Evan Williams. What am I thinking here? What am I thinking? Malachi Starks has developed pretty well. What am I looking at here? Malik Mustafa is interesting, but he's not on a very long contract. If I'm going to trade for somebody, it's got to have somebody who is got a decent contract on him, so I don't have to worry about re-signing them. Caleb Ransaw, unfortunately, only has 1 year left, and somehow he got to the Colts. Javon Holland, Kirby Joseph. I kind of like the idea of Evan Williams, but again, he's on a 1 year contract. Ryan Cook, Cameron Kinchin's on a 1 year deal. Malachi Starks got 2 years. How valuable is Malachi Starks? Probably pretty valuable. But I don't need a 2030 first round pick because hopefully this rebuild's over by then. So, boom. Malachi Starks is here. We're going to switch the strong safety back to strong safety. And then the safety position is now done. The only thing we need is an extra linebacker. That's the only thing we could need. And maybe what I do is I package Cam Bynum and maybe a couple of picks, and we could grab a linebacker. Could that be a viable option? We have this guy, Callaway, who's not horrible. Maybe he could just be... Maybe we don't have to worry about it. Maybe we just move Callaway to linebacker, or move him to will linebacker, and he'd be perfectly fine. Amari Callaway, another CPU draft pick. They're killing it in this draft, here in this rebuild. We move him to will linebacker. Maybe he ends up taking the spot, and we just have him on the roster already. Is that going to be good? Let me generate best lineup real quick. All right, so they moved Cologne over to will linebacker. It's whatever. We could move Tyrell Dotson, or we could keep him. Maybe we package Tyrell Dotson and Cam Bynum for something. I mean, what else do we need? We have 4 corners. We have our safeties figured out. We have Stutzman and Cologne. Our D tackles are good. Our edge rushers are good. What could we possibly need? We have 3 wide receivers. I guess we could use a backup running back better than Ollie Gordon, but I feel like that's just trading for trade's sake. We don't really need to do that. But I do possibly need to restructure some contracts to be able to afford Skoronski. So let me restructure Jackson Smith and Jigba's deal. No, not Jackson. Puka Nakua's deal. That'll get me the money to be able to afford Skoronski. Okay, so let's offer Peter Skoronski. He wants to be here, which helps. We'll give him that much money, and he's going to return. Perfect. So we were able to afford him now. Everybody else, I think, can leave. Even Taj Washington, channel legend. I think everybody else can leave. And we don't even have our own first-round pick this year. Do we have any first, or do we have any picks? Did I trade away every single pick from this year? I think I might have. Let me go to the rosters. Did I trade away every single pick? No, I have a second-round pick from New Orleans. I might as well let the CPU handle that since they've been drafting so well. Because what else do we possibly need? We have all of the positions filled. I think we're pretty much good. I might just let the CPU handle this draft. Let's just simulate the draft and let it go. I mean, they can't take anybody that bad. I mean, it's the second round. How bad of a player are they going to take? It's not going to be anything horrible. Let me see, I guess. So who did they take? Who did they take? They took a 71 overall backup quarterback. Okay. If you're going to take anything, I would have preferred maybe a linebacker, but you took a quarterback. Jackson Dart's the guy. You don't have to take a quarterback. But we moved to year number 4. We made the playoffs in year 3. We're looking real good. We're 91s across the board. This team is ready to go. This is a Super Bowl caliber team. We just need to get there. We need to play as good as we can play and get there. Callaway's going to start it at Sam linebacker because I guess that's just where he's at now. But this team is ready to win a Super Bowl. I think we can do it. Let's find out. Year 4 is done, and we make the playoffs again, but not just make the playoffs this time. We were the number 1 seed with 13 wins. So Jackson Dart's finally starting to play a little bit better now. Yeah, he's putting up good numbers. These are good enough numbers to win a Super Bowl, especially with the team that he has around him. I mean, Tyrone Dawson was an amazing draft pick. I'm so glad that we grabbed him because he's got 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Fantastic player. Receiving numbers, Puka puts up possible back-to-back Offensive Player of the Year numbers. I mean, these are out of control. Rush has a good year. Smith-Njigba has a fine year. Pitts has a fine year. 7 touchdowns for Kyle Pitts. And then the defense is really what's carrying us. The defense is fantastic. Danny Stutzman puts up great numbers. Dom Felder was the second leading tackler. Vita Vea puts up great tackle for loss numbers. The sacks are out of control. Derek Hall, 13.5, 11 for Chop. Interceptions, Bynum had 2, a few for a couple other guys, but we're moving the football. We're winning games. Please don't screw me out of the Charger victory here. Please. Let me go to the AFC Championship. Please. Thank God. It's just barely, too. 28-26 is an insane scoreline. But the fact that it didn't screw me means that we are on the good graces of the Madden gods. Can we win the AFC Championship, go to the Super Bowl, and finally rebuild this Dolphins team? It starts right here with the Chiefs. We take on the Chiefs here at home. We have the home field advantage. We've got everything in our way that we have a chance to win. We just got to take down the Chiefs. They're just the Chiefs. They're not some God-level threat. This is just the Kansas City Chiefs in the game of Madden. Can we please get a field goal? Oh my God, how do we not get that? Okay, that's okay. We were at like the 1-yard line, didn't score. Totally fine. Because we've got under 3 minutes to go, under 4 minutes ago, I should say. And all we need is a touchdown. That's going to be Puka Nacua up the field. One play. Puka Nacua down at the 1. And that might be for the best. That might be for the best. Because Dawson is back there. Does that say X Factor for Dawson? Oh my God, he's gone up to X Factor. But he's going to be denied. We're at the 2. Okay. 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. This is all kind of okay because we're trying to take as much time off as physically possible so that the Chiefs cannot come back and win this football game because I'd be pretty devastated if they could. I'm going to let this ride all the way. All the way. And maybe, just maybe, we'll score. Although they're going to blow it up. Was that Leo Chenal? I think it might have been. They are 100% ready for the run. They are not letting me run this football. So it looks like we're going to have to pass it. All right, boys. This is where it comes into play. We got to pass this football. Who's it going to be, the young rookie or young second-year player? No, he drops it. 4th and goal. Maybe I shouldn't have went with him. Maybe I shouldn't have went with him. Well, here it is. This is the moment. 4th and goal. No chance for a first down. Got to hit the end zone. It's going to be caught. I paused on accident. That was close. My thumb slipped on the pause button. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jackson Dart, with pressure in his face, delivers a touchdown. And we lead in the AFC Championship. Can we get the football back, though? That's the big question. There's no time left for the Chiefs. They have 1 timeout remaining, 20 seconds. Mahomes fires, caught. Trying to get into field goal range. They use their final timeout. That might kill them. There's 1 second left. Oh my God. There's 1 second left. They can't go for a field goal. Everybody play back. Give as much cushion as possible. We know that Mahomes has got a cannon of an arm. Intercept that ball. It's down. No pass interference. Boom. Super Bowl appearance for the Miami Dolphins. Jackson Dart is the future. I told you he's the great white hope. And he has not let me down. Oh, baby. We beat the Chiefs. 2 touchdowns for Jackson. And we will move on to the Super Bowl. We are 1 game away from fixing this mess that Miami has caused. I can't believe that Tyrone Dawson's X Factor now. That's pretty crazy. We are one game away, one win from fixing the mess in Miami. Who's it going to be against, though? The Arizona Cardinals. Okay. Weird matchup, but I guess that's kind of in our favor because it's the Cardinals. They don't simulate that well, but they've simulated well enough to get to the Super Bowl in the first place, so who knows? This is a weird one. I believe we're the better team, but that doesn't always mean we win in simulation. It's time for the Super Bowl, and this is kind of a home field advantage. I know it's not technically because we're not in Miami, we're in Tampa, but we're still in the state of Florida. Arizona had to fly all the way across the country, and we just get to stay in the state. So it's a little bit of an advantage, but I don't know if that affects the video game like it would probably real life. 10 to 12, 12 to 13. This is a weird game. It's not very high scoring. We just need a victory. That's all we need. One Super Bowl is all we need to complete this rebuild. 2nd and 4. Hand off to the X Factor running back. He's got room. He cuts it inside, and Tyrone Dawson scores. He's such a good player. Such an electric athlete. That's why we drafted him in the first place. But the Cardinals score, and they have made it 21 to 18. Well, that's not good at all. That's just simply not what I wanted to have happen. Oh, they're ready for the run. We can't really run the football, can we? We don't have the time to run the football. They're going to press up on Rush. I'm going to send him deep just in case. They did put that safety over there. So I got Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua wide open. We have all of our timeouts. I might as well use one right here just to give myself a little bit of a breather. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Let's hit the rookie, or the young receiver, not the rookie anymore. Or is he a rookie? I don't even know. We'll hit Rush. And then let's go mesh spot again. Back-to-back plays. Back-to-back, same exact play. Smith and Jigba's going deep. Let's hit Kyle Pitts because he's open. Kyle Pitts. Stay out of bounds. Good job. We're climbing the pocket. We are making plays. We have 2 timeouts. We're in guaranteed field goal range. I'd like to take a little bit more time off the clock, so we're going to run the ball. And look at Dawson go. He gets the first down. That's an unbelievable run from him. He's got so much speed that it helps. It really does help. And now we're under a minute. Under a minute. We've got 2 timeouts. Hand off to Dawson. He's not going to get the first, or the touchdown, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted him to not get the touchdown so that we can ice this game right here. Quick throw, Puka. Deflected. I should have waited. That's my fault. That's my fault. I admit that. I should have waited for Puka to complete the route a little bit more before throwing it. I kind of just gave that to the defender. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Oh, back across the field! Incomplete. It's 4th and goal. I think we have to take the field goal. I really do. I don't want to, but I can't risk losing the Super Bowl here. We do take the points. It's not ideal. I didn't want to do it, but I felt like that was the right thing to do. It just felt right. We needed to take the points. Make sure that we play more football. Jackson Dart going to scramble. Slide down. That's targeting, but that's okay. Maybe we can score a touchdown and win this game. That'd be the best option, obviously. And look at Dawson. Dawson's got enough speed. Dawson down the field. He's going to score a touchdown and give us the lead in overtime. Oh, Tyrone Dawson's such a menace. He's so good. And it's 4th and 10 for the Arizona Cardinals. Their last chance to win the Super Bowl. Oh my God. Here we go. Kyler Murray. He throws it. It's not a tackle. It's not a tackle. He broke 2 tackles. Are you serious? And the Cardinals score. It was Michael Wilson. He broke 2 tackles? Really? I mean, come on. But look at Dawson, the juke move. Oh my God, he's so good. He's so very good. And now it's next man wins. What happened? Oh, I thought something happened. It's next score wins. It's sudden death in the Super Bowl because both teams have had a possession and both teams have scored. Sudden death in the Super Bowl. It doesn't get much more intense than this. 144 yards, 16 carries for Tyrone Dawson in his debut performance in the Super Bowl. And now Ollie Gordon comes in to try to give us field goal range a little bit closer. I mean, I've lined it up. I'm already in field goal range as close as I really need to be, I think. But I would prefer a little bit closer, I guess. If I had to choose. And Dawson will give us closer field goal range and a first down. But I'm not done yet. I'd like a walk-off touchdown if all possible, but I'll take a field goal if that's what I am given. Oh my God, just don't fumble. Although he's got Truz activated. He can't fumble. Tyrone Dawson has Truz as his X Factor, so he can't fumble the football. Thank God. That's the kind of X Factor we need in this moment. And look at Tyrone Dawson go. Oh my God, he's so good. They want me to kick the field goal. I don't see how I can kick the field goal when I have Truz activated. If I have Truz activated, I can't fumble. So I might as well get as close as I physically can. I mean, look at this. Now I can probably kick the field goal. I'm going to call a timeout so I don't accelerate the clock and do anything like that because it's not like we need to worry about the clock. But I lined it up. It's dead center, and they're going to ice me. You know what? I can't miss. I can't miss from this spot, even if they do ice me. It's right dead center. It's going to go through. Boom! We've rebuilt the Miami Dolphins. We've fixed this mess. Cam Little drills the field goal, and the Miami Dolphins, for the first time since the 70s, are on top of the football world. And it all was led by the combination of Jackson Dart and Tyrone Dawson. What a freak running back we drafted. And funny enough, the other running back was drafted by this Arizona Cardinals team. I didn't even put that together until just now, just thought about it. The other running back, the 84 overall that was in the draft, he got drafted by the Cardinals. So we went up against each other. But it doesn't matter because we were the team that came away with it. And we have officially saved the Dolphins. We've done it. We've absolutely done it. We've saved Miami, got them a ring, something that they haven't felt in a long time, in generations. And it was all because of Jackson Dart and Tyrone Dawson. Man, what a moment. What a Super Bowl. That was crazy. That was dramatic. That was really unnecessarily dramatic. The fact that we took the points to go to overtime and then the Cardinals tie it after we have scored. The Cardinals tie it in overtime after we score on our first opening possession. The Cardinals tie, and then we have to go back and score again. It's just absolutely insane scenes. But we have won the Super Bowl. We have rebuilt the Dolphins. Tyrone Dawson, well-deserved, is the MVP of the Super Bowl. We don't win Offensive Player of the Year again for Puka Nacua, unfortunately. Josh Allen is the MVP of the league, though. And this is your team. We traded away everybody. We blew up the Dolphins, and only in 4 seasons, as for some reason Jackson Dart still can't get up to star dev, we have gone and won a Super Bowl. This offensive line went crazy. The Kyle Pitts deal, people thought I was insane for making that deal, but I'm not insane. I'm smart. Tyrone Dawson's now an X Factor. He's a freak. He's got 97 speed, and we felt all of that in the Super Bowl. He's a menace. This guy, I haven't drafted a running back this good in a long time. He's so good. So good. And then the former #1 overall pick, Javon Rush, at wide receiver. He's also a freak. I mean, look at this. Look at these route running skills. I mean, he's a menace. He's 6'4". He shouldn't be able to run routes that well. He's great. We also got this guy, Trayvon Lowry, who was a top 5 pick. He's a beast. This guy's unbelievable. Insane. We also took this center who was pretty good, Darren Pitts. Or did we trade for this center? No, we traded for this. This is the guy that we traded for. That's right. We didn't take him. We traded for him because he was in the... Was he in the Beyonce deal? I forget what he was in. Pretty good offensive players for us. And then on defense, the only Dolphins here are Kenneth Grant and Chop Robinson. I felt like it was good to have those guys still here. We made the trade for Malachi Starks. We drafted this guy Carlos Colon, but he was a auto-generated pick, I'm pretty sure. The auto-generated picks this rebuild went kind of crazy if you think about it. They took Cologne, who has superstar dev. They took this dude, Sergio McKnight, who is only an 84, but he's going to keep getting better, and he's got X Factor. So, I mean, the CPU went absolutely ham in the drafting. And then obviously we had to take the stud of all studs, Dom Felder. He was a guaranteed lock to be good because he's a USC strong safety. And we all know that USC strong safeties are generational. And he's a menace to society. But what a fun rebuild. We blew up the Dolphins and ended up winning the Super Bowl in 4 years. I couldn't be happier. I hope you guys are happy too. And if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. Let me know the next team you want to see me rebuild down below in the comments, and I will take them on in a future video. But that's going to do it for me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.